Oh, now things got more Trump-like. This is not a combination of things that I expected to see here today. I came into the studio and the guys were like, well, we have an unusual, luxurious phone. At this point, you guys have obviously heard of this company, Caviar. They make outlandish, luxurious, gold-plated phones. They've got a website. Apparently, they have some retail stores now. And like whatever happens to be a meme or popular, they tend to do some version in limited quantities of some kind of luxury phone. Today, we've got some collaboration or some sort of combination of Trump and Bitcoin and Caviar. Thanks to Rocket Money for sponsoring this episode of Unbox Therapy. Rocket Money is an app that's going to help save you money and track all of those subscriptions that you've got right now that you're maybe not using or maybe not noticing. If you're like me and you've got all kinds of digital subscriptions, including online newspapers and streaming services, different apps that have just been billed monthly for God knows how long, it's easy to lose track. And some of them are small enough, it could just be a few dollars, but it's happening every month. In most cases, Rocket Money is saving its customers money just because people have used this in order to identify subscriptions and overpayment for services. Now, the other piece is it can help you manage your money better by breaking it down into different categories and just making it easier to see than some sort of list that exists on your bank account with inputs and outputs. So if you want to give Rocket Money a shot, head over to rocketmoney.com/unboxtherapy or click the link down in the description to get started for free. And then after trying the service, if you decide that you love it, you can go ahead and unlock even more features using their premium option. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring this show. What exactly does that all mean? I'm worried, I'm concerned. Well, this is not abnormal for these guys, and I'll just say it right now, full disclaimer, do your own research on this company and look into it. I'm not assuming that a lot of people are gonna go out and order this thing. This one here is like $10,000, it's gold-plated and all kinds of stuff. But if, for whatever reason, you're just this massive Trump or Bitcoin fan and you're considering purchasing from this company, then I guess do some research and figure out if anybody else has ever done such a thing. In our case, they sent it to us, so we're just analyzing and evaluating it as potentially a one-off, not even necessarily a thing you're going to go out and buy. 47 pieces are ever going to be made of the Trump X Bitcoin phone. This edition is strictly limited to 47 pieces, honoring the 47th president of the United States. You see that, Will? But I just feel like in the past, anytime you get these one-off phones that are sent to us, people get stressed out and they're like, you know, you're somehow involved with it. I have no business affiliation with this company whatsoever. This is not an endorsement of this product or a company at all. I'm just going to be looking at what they sent over. Anyway, let's just take a look at it. I think you can order it. I sort of feel like when you order these things, they're made to order. I don't know, though. You can get it either as a 16 Pro or Pro Max, and then obviously you can pick your storage. And then also cryptocurrency payment is available. Of course it is. Of course cryptocurrency payment would be available for a Bitcoin branded smartphone. And I should also mention, probably Trump and Bitcoin have no awareness that of this phone even existing. So that's also important to note. I have some white gloves, which is the sign of luxurious interaction. These are like as if I'm a watchmaker now. I guess we'll start here. We're gonna start in the main box. Ooh, man, they really know about luxury. They are committed to luxury here. Leather box. It has a lock on it. Okay, so there it is. Oh my goodness. What? The stock market going up. Bitcoin going up. America going up. Wow. Well, I mean, that is a one-of-a-kind unboxing experience right there with the video playing.
Using the expertise of master jewelers with unique and precious materials.
Yeah, so we initially had our Trump video, which seemed to be special to this device, and then we had the It seemed like a more generic caviar video that probably plays on their other products that are not Trump specific or affiliated. We got another video now. It's like The Godfather over here. It just keeps going. Exclusively for Unbox Therapy. So this is a one-off made for us. And here's the device. Wow. So it feels way more substantial than a typical iPhone. You can see the numbering here. Ours is number 1 of 47. Limited edition LE 01 out of 47, Trump X Bitcoin. And then they also like to put the different materials that are used. In this section here, you can see titanium, 24 karat gold. I was struggling to recognize the Trump affiliation with this. Like obviously there's some Bitcoin love going on here, but it's in the statement around the outside. Bitcoin stands for freedom, sovereignty, and independence. On their website, they say that it was a Donald Trump quote. We know that he's been into crypto recently, so I presume that's where the affiliation comes in. Maybe somebody doesn't want to carry something that's like overtly Trump branded. Well, in this case, it's got a subtle Trump affiliation, but it's more so just a Bitcoin. Now, one of the only problems I can imagine with this is if you're carrying this thing around, people might think like, strong crypto affiliation. This is like a handmade piece that fits onto the phone where you would typically have your back plate. And then same on the front, it almost looks like there's like a really thick, presumably sapphire screen protector on there. So the whole thing ends up feeling extremely robust. And then we've got these buttons here. Let's just read a little bit more about it. So the titanium body with protective PVD coating, exclusive desert titanium side buttons, Trump's vision, Bitcoin's power, gold-plated Bitcoin emblem, a deep black titanium body with circuit-inspired engravings. So these are circuit-inspired for the technology aspect. Does it stand up on its own? It does. Look at that. Okay, now let's go ahead and just look at the other items in the box. Three little boxes inside. We'll pull those out. Everything in there smells really nice. Power brick. Apple doesn't give you one, they give you one. Prioritizing the European market. Some of the new AirPods. Okay. Braided USB-C cable. And some documentation, of course, to make sure it's real. Look at this. International Certificate of Ownership. 16 Pro Max, 256 Trump X Bitcoin, 1 out of 47. And you can see the signature of the designer, the seal of approval, the date. And then obviously we have our extra box over here. I don't know what's in here. Some crypto. A hardware crypto wallet. Oh. Oh, now things got more Trump-like. Not legal tender, not a coin. Wow, they needed to be really serious about this one. Manufacturer, Caviar, United Arab Emirates. Okay, so, whoa. What exactly are we dealing with here? That is Trump's face on a Trump coin. Now, he would love this, wouldn't he? Trump would love that. And half of the yin-yang symbol. I wonder why half. The missing half, okay. And a key. Oh, this is gonna be your key for this box, right? So this would probably come with a variety of Caviar products. Okay, so let's go ahead and boot this up. So that's the only software change on this particular version is the fact that our wallpaper, as you can see, Trump X Bitcoin, we've got a shadowy Trump portrait there. So these are obviously outlandish. I think that's the point of them, right? They're meant to be as outlandish as possible in order to encourage somebody to commission the building of one of these and for somebody to spend, in this case, $10,000. They have even more expensive phones listed. If anybody's in UAE, I'd be curious if you could actually visit this store. Send me like a picture on social media because I can see it on their webpage, but I wonder what it looks like inside this place, how many of these things they have on display. Of course, the tough part with these devices is like they're built on top of existing technology, in this case an iPhone 16, and then like what happens when the 17 comes out, and anybody with this kind of money is gonna want that. So my goodness, they're having to spend quite a few bucks to stay up to date. So maybe from that standpoint, it is one hell of a flex, especially if this is only going to be a year-long flex. You put it back in this special box and you have a whole collection of these things. I don't know what type of billionaire you are watching this. Are there billionaires watching this? Elon's going to click on it. He's going to be like, Trump phone, Bitcoin. Check that out.
Bigger, better, stronger, richer, freer, and greater than ever before.